of eco-friendly electrical product using polycarbonate gas propelled shell and eco-friendly based water generation technique to harvest palatable water from green source in the academic year 2018-19 and 19-20. He has also received funding from the Institute of Engineers under Student Research Scheme for the project entitled Renewable Energy Based Atmospheric Water Harvesters for the Production of Potable Water for the academic year 19 to 20. On behalf of the Organizing Committee of Electrical and Electronics Engineering of Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology, we welcome you for this session, sir. The session is yours, sir.
Very good morning to one and all gathered here. So I am Dr. Guru Karthik. I think my screen is visible now. Whether it is visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So,
sir, kindly make it as full screen, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, ma'am. Reenu, ma'am, you please check it out whether the recording is started.
Yes, started, sir.
Yes, sir. It's recording.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh.
So I am going to handle the session of machine learning in high voltage engineering.
Still, it is not in full screen, sir.
Now?
No, sir.
So wait for a while. Whether it is in the full screen mode now?
No, sir. Still, it is showing as slides only, sir.
குரு சார் ஃபுல் ஸ்கிரீன் போட்ட உடனே ரெண்டு இது ஓப்பன் ஆகுது. அதுல வந்து ஃபுல் ஸ்கிரீன் ஒன்று ஓப்பன் ஆயிருக்கு உங்களுக்கு, அதை பாருங்க.
ஓகே. Whether it is okay now?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we are going to start with the things now. So I am going to handle the session of machine learning and high voltage engineering. Myself, Dr. Guru Karthik, Assistant Professor of EEE from Kamaraj College of Engineering. So before going to start with the things, so I am going to have 3 steps to develop a powerful, conscious, subconscious mind, right? So in this, I am going to have some discussion over the development for the subconscious mind, right? So in this, so I am going to have a mixed of the associations, right? Here, our entire focus on the education system in which we have grown is on the entire focus enhancing the abilities of the conscious mind. I'm sure every day we encounter experiences, meet people, it amazes on what they have, what they achieved, what they accomplished. If is it all because of just conscious abilities or something could be done about the subconscious? Here, my entire thing is going to have the discussion about the subconscious things. Because 7/8 of our mind is subconscious, or whereas my 1/7 supposed to be the conscious mind. Just time back, we have the visualization which clearly notates the view about the subconscious mind in which we thought that I'm going to follow now, right? So here I am keep on visualizing my views over the moment which is going to happen now. That is the power of excellence. This is not the conscious ability. So what is that? We need to develop a powerful subconscious mind. The very first step supposed to be, foremost supposed to be, avoid mixed association. Whenever I desired for and against the same thing, it's called mixed associations. Whenever I am not talking about the lateral thinking, we are not talking about what if analysis. But whenever I think for and against the same desire, it is called mixed associations. And to any aspiration of yours, if we have a mixed association, the 7/8 of your mind does not work. You are orphan, you are deserted, you are left to the subconscious mind alone to pursue it, which means metamorphically you are a factory of 8 workers. One worker is working relentlessly for the development, productivity for the factory, and 7/8 are sitting idle and not doing anything. And what is the productivity for those factories? Because 1/8 also carry the load of 7/8, which is not working right now. Anything which can we have a mixed association, you will find a except criterion inertia, indecisiveness, procrastination. There will never be momentum there. You will not have the impetus to propel things forward. Whenever you think for and against the same desire, it creates mixed association. And for whatever you have mixed association, the entire opportunity, kind and said to yourself, would you like to have a chat the entire event? Yeah, I want to chat the entire event, but I am also feeling it will take a lot of time from my business. So I'm not sure whether if I had a mixed association, this event is not going to be a grand success as of now. It cannot be. Even either you take it or you leave it. To the subconscious, there is no cat on the wall scenario. Anytime you are on the cat on the wall scenario, then nothing is going to happen. So one of the introspection that I want to have you is, if there is something that you want to make it happen, it's not being happening. If there is some direction in which you want to progress, it's not in the progress that you want to understand. You have been planning for the so many years to take the first step forward till now. In all these scenarios, you will never going to looking outside. Why things are happening? And some of you are looking up to find why God is not allowing us to happen, all those things to happen. But I am asking to look inside and ask yourself this question. Do you have a mixed association towards it? And without correcting it, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. So if you have a desired something, it cannot be happening. The first cause is the primary cause. It must be have a mixed association towards it. You are desiring for and against it. So either drop it, or the thoughts that are against, if you had the immediately see momentum. The momentum which you have been waiting for the 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, that's not happening. You are all, the entire shift is going to happen in a matter of months. The second step supposed to be honor pre-commitment. Even the whole world believes you. Your subconscious does not believe in yourself. Even God cannot help you. Even no one in the world believes you. Whenever your subconscious believes in you, God will not stop you to do those things. Your goals are yours. You are going to stop a new huge transformation in your things. The power of the man is in the power of the mind. The power of the mind is in the power of the subconscious mind. The power of the subconscious mind is in the power of the subconscious beliefs. And the power of the subconscious beliefs are built by making and honoring commitments. Promise by promise, word by word. Say it or do it. Say it, do it. Don't start by saying next 1 year every day I will practice yoga. Why? You know yourself now. You don't make any such commitments. Why are you making so commitments? This week I will. There is a loophole in every system. It must be exploited. You say I will achieve 100 course and you will achieve the 100 course. You said it and do it. You say, I will wake up by 6 o'clock. This is also sage and do it. Your subconscious doesn't understand the value of your commitment at all. It only understands if you say it, it will do it. Your subconscious doubts are already built in your mind. And if you have to neutralize the subconscious doubts that are already built within that key relationships around you are the subconscious that have to be built. Repeating one more time that gets etched into your system. The power of the man is the power of the mind. The power of the mind is the power of the subconscious mind. The power of the subconscious mind and the power of subconscious beliefs. These are built by making and honoring commitment. Step 3. Your subconscious does not understand the positive and negative emotions and all. It does not know the difference between the positive emotions and the negative emotions. In the conscious mind, we love is better than hatred. Happiness is better than unhappiness. Success is better than failure. Having a relationship is better than losing a relationship. These are all conscious judgments. Your subconscious does not understand the difference between the positive emotion and the negative emotions. It only understands the difference between your deep emotions and the and that you which yourself associate into the deep emotions. This will continue to recur in your life till the last. That to which associate with the deep emotions, your subconscious will conspire the entire circumstances applied to cause the recurrence of the same. All negative emotions are inherently deep. By nature, sadness is deep. By nature, losing a relationship is very deep. By nature, failure dents your ego. That's it, it's your very deep. So nobody has to train you. Negative emotions by nature is deep, and there is a pattern of negative emotions. Whenever things is going to wrong in your life, it will continues to go wrong. This is a pattern, and what is going on wrong in the life, we get the pattern of the recursive negative emotions, which is very deep negative emotion. This has to be changed. I'm not going to have saying the depth or just depth of the happiness, right? So I'm not going to have a discussion over the depth of the happiness. I'm talking about the depth of happiness. Yeah, so good. Bringing in a celebration, depth of the gratitude, depth of the love. It's not about love. It's not about the love. It's about expressive, demonstrative, visible love. Just bringing your visible, demonstrative expressiveness to your love, you'll see how many more people will automatically come into your life. Find every reason to celebrate. Childlike enthusiasm, childlike enthusiasm. Essentially, I'm saying you need to run your victory laps. It's not about winning. It's about celebrating the winning with a victory lap. It's not about achieving a goal. It's not about celebrating that goal. It's not about reaching the target. It is going to celebrate it. Bringing celebrations in your life, get your subconscious right, you have to get the mind, the man right. When you get the man right, you will get the life right. So I am going to repeat this. When the man is going to have the life in the right, it's going to be in the very right path, right? So these are all the very basic fundamental steps to develop a powerful subconscious mind to become a very successful person, right? And these are all the words from Mahadriya, right? So with these few words, I'm going to have the enter into my session, and that's supposed to be machine learning in the high voltage engineering, right? And this supposed to be a trending skill in the 2020 or in the upcoming era, right? This is a whenever I'm going to consider a human, is going to be a creator of the technology. Today, almost no one can imagine their life without technology. Mankind is literally at the cusp of the rapid technological development and advancements. I meant to say cusp is supposed to be some elevated things, which is going to happen in the life. Around 73% of all cubicle related jobs will be automated in the year 2030, and moreover, we may get the opportunity in and around 20 million jobs is a infographic view. On the brighter side, this is also true that humans would hold the power of thinking and creating. So I just come back to the business. What is machine learning? It's an application of the artificial intelligence in which machine can run automatically and learn on its own by improving that experience without being explicitly programmed. In other words, ML, which gives the computer, which makes it more similar to think like a human, or the ability to learn. Machine learning is a subset of the AI which focus on the narrow range of the activities. It is very, in fact, the only real artificial intelligence with some real applications in the real world problems. So what is all about? So what do you mean by artificial intelligence, and what else machine learning and deep learning supposed to be? Artificial intelligence, it's programs with the ability to learn and reason like a human. Machine learning is an algorithm with the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. The next supposed to be deep learning. It's a subset of the machine learning in which artificial neural networks adapt and learn from the vast amount of the data. The Indian scenario, the formation of the Central Task Force on the IAI was done in the year 17 Whereas our PM is very consciously focusing on the World Economic Forum, which is clearly notating those words too, and new AICT syllabus, which clearly identify the data systems along with the data science and AI as a specialization. Then AI, which poses a new task force, so that's supposed to be NI, and that's supposed to be National Artificial Intelligence Mission in the year 18. So NITI Aayog, which also plays a key role in the artificial intelligence. And what machine learning can do for you? So if at all my problem is going to be in a categorized fashion now, what my object which is going to belongs to. So what my object is going to belongs to. So this can be done by the words of the classification algorithm. Yet another word. So I am going to have the more fashion of what is I'm going to strange a thing which is going to happen in the life means I am going to have the fashion in a anomaly detection algorithm. So when I am going to have the fashion of how much and how many things which is going to happen in the sense of this could be done by the word of a regression algorithm. Whenever my data is going to be arranged in a fashion, then it can be a clustering algorithm. Whenever a reinforcing algorithm comes to a play, what should I do next? So these are all about some of the glimpses about the various disciplines. So here I just quoted the words in the civil engineering. It's the entire design of the construction management system and prediction of the severity of the earthquake. Not only in the above said application, which also plays some landslide over rules in the civil engineering too. So it's going to be a better analysis in the monitoring and the construction of health. Analysis of the environmental engineering, which also play a key role in this. So use of machine learning in surveying, geotechnical and geospatial engineering. So design of the highway and the transportation engineering, which also plays a key role in the civil engineering. Not only in the civil engineering, but it also plays a crucial role in the mechanical engineering too. So use of IoT and big data analytics, which also plays a very predominant role in the mechanical. So on-site performance of the devices and non-linear root cause also plays some role. So whereas my mechanical engineering will supposed to be a cognitive sense of a machine, which plays a major role in the machine learning. So machine learning 2.0, as you all know about it, right? It's going to be a complete automation without any human intervention and all. So which plays a minor role in the all our fields, especially in ECE also. That's supposed to be the large hardwares are used in the ECE part also. There are plenty of products which are available in the market, and these are all some of the glimpses for in our shell when I am going to apply all those machine learning and all. Then this is what about my cup of tea. So here I am going to start with my business. So machine learning in electrical engineering, it is going to have a diversified applications over a wide range, right? So this machine learning, which is going to have an application of the grid integration or power distribution, whereas my end using customer patterns should also be done through a means of ML. So ML, which also play a major role in the power quality analysis and cyber security, which also plays some crucial role in the load balancing and control and feedback system. So this is what about my flow of session. So machine learning, classifiers and ML techniques, real-time ML examples, followed by ANN and fuzzy, so followed by MN in renewable energy, energy efficient and parallel computing, and the last part supposed to be the high voltage part and supposed to be ML in TD and the smart transformers. The very interesting application supposed to be the condition monitoring, and its follow up in the high voltage engineering that I am going to discuss, have a discussion in the upcoming. So these are all about some historical things which has happened in the previous. So Arthur Samuel, an American IBM, he is supposed to be the inventor for the field of computing, and is going to have the incorporation of those AI. So this gaming, which plays a major role in the W100 mobile, yeah, Snake game, right? So we have the remembrance and all. So in 1973, so Rodin had in his book quoted some words regards with the pattern recognition. So in 1981, there are plenty of teaching strategies to recognize 40 characters. So from the terminals. In 1982, there is a bidirectional lines in which neurons were developed by John Hopkins. In the very first recent 21st century, so Google Brain, DeepMind, and OpenAI, which plays a major role whenever I'm going to take my mobile or lab, these comes to a major role, right? So I am going to have a comparison of your AI, ML, and DL, right? So it's supposed to be a pattern recognition and the mimicking of the human behavior. ML, it's supposed to be a subset of your AI, and DL, it's supposed to be the subset of ML. In other words, it can be implemented extremely powerful, much better than the machine learning. All powered computers have started stimulating the human brain with style, sensation, and the cognitive styles. These are used interchangeably often, and they are not the same. Objective of this functionality in DL supposed to be a artificial intelligence that uses the computers to task and the ability to understand anything. So in today's time, AI is increasingly used as a wide term. We simply need machine learning as a service. So these plays a major role as MLAS. So MLAS, which plays a major role in high voltage engineering, which also a part and parcel of the upcoming fashion. So in the earlier times, it is believed that human intelligence can be precisely described and machines can stimulate it with the help of AI. ML is one of the most active areas and a way to achieve those AI. DL is an algorithm which has no theoretical limitations on what it can learn next. So machine learning as a life cycle. So here I am going to start with the fashion of the collection of the data. I am going to train those things with the help of algorithm. I am going to try it out. Then I am going to have a feedback. Then next I am going to use those feedback in a collective format. This is supposed to be a entire life cycle. What about ML? It's supposed to be a subfield of AI. I'm going to repeat this again since our focus is only on this ML. So construction, the study of the system that can learn from the data, which can be seen as a building blocks to make computers learn to behave more intelligent. It is just a theoretical concept. It's going to have a various techniques and its implementation over in the ML. Yet another way is a computer program is set to learn from the experiences from the some class of tasks, and the performance measure, if the performance measure under my task is measured by the improvement of E. So let's going to be dive into a deep thing. So what do you mean by apple? So we may have some tremendous view about the apple. So I am going to have the apple which is notated in a purple color here, right? So you may have the thing is running over the mind in a different fashion. Here, apple supposed to be a purple one. It's supposed to be a magical thing. It's supposed to be a very imaginary thing. It's not going to happen at all. It's supposed to be a one point of view. Another point of view, apple is a traditional fruit. It's supposed to be in the color of red alone, right? So that's supposed to be the color of the apple. It's going to be this is fighter for the so many things and all. So another fellow, so he may have some different opinion over this apple. So he may think that green apple is better than the red apple, na. So it's supposed to be a different thing. So I am not going with the traditional thing and all. So I am going to have the fashion in the green apple as a click view, right? So next, some other fellow, a techie fellow or some a modern era fellow, whenever going to approach this apple means he may have the visualization over the brand, Apple brand. So he may have some glimpses over the edge of the apple, a cut apple which is going to blink in his mind, which is supposed to be a silver color notation which is followed in the modern trends, right? So the views may differ, the learning may differ from the individual perceptions. So it may differ from the individual perception and depends upon the individual training and also plays some crucial role over it. So this is what about the glimpses behind when I'm going to have a glance of the apple. The apple may look at the color of a reddish, radish, or my sky blue color. Yellow or green. In other words, my purple also plays some role over here. So whether it is a fruit, it is a logo, or it is a bird, it differs from the individual perception. Shape, which also plays a role over here. The traditional fruit, which also in different fashion, whereas my hybrid variety, which plays some different role over here, right? So the individual training may get differs as individual perception. So the very first pioneer supposed to be the Arthur Samuel. He quoted the word machine learning in 1952. So as per Herbert, he quoted the word in different fashion. It's supposed to be learning is any process by which a system improves the performance from the previous experience. He is supposed to be a Nobel laureate and all. So he quoted machine learning with the different words also. Machine learning is concerned with the computer programs that automatically improve their performance through the previous experience. And this is what about the thing which we dealt in the earlier sections and all. So then why this machine learning is needed in the practical or day-to-day life? It's a personalized news. It's a personalized news which is having a main filter, right? So next I am going to have a mining, right? So the data mining is supposed to be a market basket analysis. This market basket analysis which brings in the mind of a just like a human, right? Just like a human, when I am going to search some net to fetch some articles to procure my to trim my beard, right? So I am going to have some trimmer as a kind of products. I am going to search it up, right? So in the next morning, I may not satisfied with the trimmer and all. So in the next day morning, when I am going to log into the system or log into the mobile, so it automatically blinks in the mind of yours, right? So you are not going to procure the brings in the trimmer in the earlier section. Do you want to buy the recent trimmer in the market? So it's going to become in the fashion in the smartphone or in the laptop. It's going to blink. So it's going to discover the new knowledge from the a large database from the human perception, it's going to begin in the different fashion. So it's supposed to be a market basket analysis. So it plays a crucial role than others. The next supposed to be it's an ability to mimic the human and replace certain monotonous tasks which require some human intelligence. So like recognizing the handwritten characters which are play some major role in the competitive exams now. So the handwritten characters may get analyzed through by means of your AI also. And next supposed to be it's supposed to be a bottleneck for the next upcoming era, right? It's supposed to be a bottleneck for the upcoming era. Why? Why it is needed in the sense that it's going to be a very crucial part in developing a very expensive and very difficult task that they are going to have, which can be achieved in the previous thing, which can readily going to do in the upcoming things, right? So why now it plays a major role? Why not in the previous thing? So it won't play that much of role and all. So very fundamental reason supposed to be it's supposed to have a flood of available data. So it's going to have a flood of available data which is not readily available in the market as in the previous decades, right? So previous decades and all, we don't have that much of data and all. So now we have the enormous amount of data. So it's a very huge data. So we are having a much huge data. So this flood of data which needs some advent of the internet. So which is increasing the computation power also, that's going to have a very crucial role. Growing progress in the available algorithms and theories which are developed by the resources. And next, this is going to increase the support from the industries too. So that to play a major role. Then what is the concept behind the learning in the ML system? With the learning supposed to be improving with the experiences with some tasks. The improvisation could be done through the means of task as the notation of T, whereas my performance measure is going to have the notation in the P, whereas the experience is going to notate it as E, right? And it's supposed to be a learning process. The entire learning process is going to be a the very first fundamental block supposed to be a real world problems. It must be anything. So real world problem must plays a major role as a input data. Whereas my measuring devices are like sensors, cameras, or database which plays as the second part. Whereas the pre-processing of the data which can be required. So in the form of a noise filtering, feature extraction, and the normalization. The next comes to the play dimensionality reduction. So it plays a crucial role in the feature selection and feature projection. The next model learning is going to have the pattern of the classification thing. The classification which could be done through the process of different things. So might be followed by the regression, clustering, and the description. Followed the last block supposed to be the model testing or the cross validation of the bootstrap. The entire thing which is going to have the clear notated fashion of the analysis of the entire result in the last fashion. So here I am going to have a day-to-day example. So whenever I am going to have a login to my mail, it may comprises of the several unwanted and wanted items in a mixed fashion, just like the mixed assortment. It's going to be a mashup thing in the my mail, right? So my mail inbox, it's going to be a mashup fashion. So here, the human intervention, which plays a crucial role in sorting out those things. How they are sorting out those things in the sense of, so here I am going to have a fashion of the Indians, which is who is having some kind of style, right? So they won't follow some para and right. So they won't going to scribble the things in a para fashion and all. So they are not going to scribble much fashion and all. Whereas so the US or UK clients which may have the following the pattern of different things. They may scribble the fashion in 2 to 3 lines alone. Whereas the Russians may follow enormous data. They may going to have the fashion in the very vast thing and all. So the US and UK, which plays a crucial role in the email write-up and all, whereas the Germans, which have the customer and the wide range of fashion to scribble more words, which is going to notated here as, right? So this is what about my new recipients and all, and this is supposed to be my email length and all. So my email length is going to be in the fashion of a very bulky structure from the country. I am going to categorize all those things to the ham and spam, right? So you may hear the word as spam, right? So spam is a target attribute which can be dealt in the earlier, we may hear those things in the earlier thing also, right? So spam is a word which is going to have the email which is not necessary or which may comes from the previous things, right? The spam is a word which is a base thing which is are the mail which is not going to have in a proper channelized fashion, or it may come from the advertising or marketing agency. It may categorize as a spam. Then what is the word of ham? So ham is said to be understood when the email that is generally desired and it is not considered as a spam. So I am going to repeat this word again. So ham is understood to be a email that is generally desired and not going to be in a spam like categorization, right? So here I am going to have the segregation like this. So next I am going to have the training and prediction as a workflow, right? So here I am going to have a fashion of a label. I am going to have the fashion of a input to the feature extractor. Then features is going to have the classification in the several locations, whereas my machine learning algorithm is going to have the input or the training over all those things. Then prediction is going to have the input, feature extractor, features and classifier model which is going to fed to the machine learning algorithm to this classifier model. And thus my final finished out label is going to have the as an output in that. There are plenty of categorization regards with the learning and all. So in this different categorization, I am going to have the very first categorization supposed to be a supervised learning. Next supposed to be unsupervised learning. That's supposed to be semi-supervised learning, and the final finish is supposed to be reinforcement learning. First of all, supervised learning, it's supposed to be the correct classes of the training data which is very known to us, right? So it's just going to rely on the system trained by the human input. It's going to reduce the expenditure and the manual review and sorting, right? So it's supposed to be a correct class of the training data which are very known to us. It's supposed to be in the categorization of your supervised learning, right? So next supposed to be this supervised learning, which also plays a minor role in the product of trained algorithms and the manual verification and sorting out of the upcoming production things. So this is supposed to be the unsupervised learning. It's supposed to be the correct classes of the training data which are not familiar or which are not known to us. The correct classes of the training data which are not known to us, which relies on the algorithm of the raw data or large expenditure on the manual review of the relevance and the coding, right? So it's supposed to be a very huge portion. So semi-supervised fashion of the learning, it's supposed to be a mix of supervised and unsupervised learning. It's supposed to be relies on the analytics trained by the human input, automated analysis using the resulting model. It's supposed to be a clubbed fashion of the several things which may get incorporated over the certain fashion. Reinforcement plan learning. So I just want to have some glimpses over the reinforcement. So actually reinforcement which plays a role in the or which may describe this word generally when I am going to have some matrix, right? So I am going to have the enhancement of the matrix. I am going to enhancement of the system which is not going to shine that much in the categorization of A. I am going to have the mixing of those A quality to by some other quality of A, right? So I am going to reinforce all those things through by means which we are going to have a separate new premature form of the learning, right? So reinforcement supposed to be once one disadvantage can be overcome by another advantage. One disadvantage can be overcome by another advantage. It's supposed to be a reinforcement. So by which reinforcement have the clear-cut pattern which is going to depicted in the very high potential or very high resultant way. In other ways, it's supposed to be a hybrid learning, right? Which is going to allow the machine or software agent to learn its behavior based upon the feedback from the environment. This is what about the gist. So this behavior can be learned once for all, right? So I'll keep on adapting when the time goes by. So it can be adapted when I'm going for the learning again and again, right? It's an algorithm which is continually trained by the human input and can be automated once maximally accurate. And this is supposed to be a glossary for your database, which is going to have the medical pattern of the follow-ups. So here I am going to have the variables and the object and variables are classified in different fashion. So objects supposed to be categorized in the several target attributes and the object attributes. So here samples, patients, documents, images are taken in the different format, whereas variables supposed to be taken in the different format as genes, proteins, words, pixels are going to be happen in the upcoming variable. So I am going to categorize what is my object, what is my variable, and what is the dimension, what is the size. So these are all some of the input which is needed for the entire glossary for developing a database. So it's supposed to be a database. It's going to be a table of data set along with the database and the sample. The two main goals here I am going to have the in things is I am going to have the prediction for the new sample by which the attribute is whether it is healthy or not, right? So I am going to have the fashion of the predictive and informative. So whereas this supposed to be the predictive fashion, whereas my attribute A1, A2, A3, A4 are classified in a different fashion, whereas the output which clearly notates whether the patient is a healthier one or fallen sick and all. So these are categorized with the two goals, right? One supposed to be predictive, another supposed to be informative. So this informative plays a major role when I'm going to have the relationship between your inputs as well as the output. Whether y is supposed to be the disease in the sense whether my A3 belongs to F and also A2 is less than 0.3 and all, which plays a major role in developing the solution of your y, Y supposed to be this is when I am going to have the A3 as F and A2 supposed to be a 0.3. So these are all some of the most relevant inputs that I am going to have in a fashion to develop the predictive and informative approaches. So in the example of the application supposed to be, it's supposed to be a biomedical domain. So it comprises of the some nuanced things by having a medical diagnosis and differentiation of the diseases and prediction of the response to the treatment. Right? It depends upon the individual personality. When when you are going to have the treatment as treatment for the cancer and all. So depends upon your gene and depends upon your metabolite concentration, the patient level or the lifespan of the patient is going to be extended or it can be shortened through by means of the gene expression or metabolite concentration. It plays a crucial role. It plays a crucial role. So the data analysis has some more nutshell feature in the prediction also. It's supposed to be the prediction of your electricity load or network usage or stock market prices and all. It plays some crucial role for the time series prediction and all. Right. So illustrative problem for those things. I am going to have a medical diagnosis for the two measurements. So I am going to consider the two things as here is weight and the temperature. So weight and temperature supposed to be the two illustrative things. I am going to have the fashion in the M1 and M2. My goal is to find a model that classifies at the best two new cases for which M1 and M2 are the known things. M1 and M2 are the known things. So I am going to have the learning algorithm. Here I am going to have a family of candidate model supposed to be a hypothesis space H, right, which is going to be a quality measure for a model of the optimization strategy. It takes the learning input as a sample, whereas my output as a function of H in the maximum quality. A model which is obtained by the supervised learning is notated here, whereas the linear model which notates a clear-cut fashion for the enlargement over small cycles and it's going to be a learning phase, right? So it's going to be a learning phase from the learning sample from which the values can be done through by means of weighing W0, W1, W1 and W2. So many such alternatives can be done for the simple model and all, for the very simple linear model and all. So that's supposed to be linear discriminant analysis supposed to be the one thing. And another latent discrete analysis could be done through by Wheat, right? So there is another model also which is following the quadratic model. So in this the learning phase is extended from the line from W0, W1 and W2 is going to be extended for a void. Many such alternatives for the simple model supposed to be LDA, perceptron and the SVM technique also, which plays a role over here. So the artificial neural network, which is going to be a very complex function of your M1 and M2. Here the learning phase supposed to be extended over this line. When I am going to have the unpredicted or my red lines are going to have the fashion in a different ways. It's not going to have a pattern like a recognition and all. It's supposed to be a difficult pattern recognition, right? So from the learning sample, the numerous parameters of the complex function is going to taken up in the artificial neural network. We may comes to the conclusion or which may have the comparison of over the three models. So it's supposed to be a linear, it's going to have the fashion, whereas my three things are not going to covered up with this linear and all, whereas some erroneous things are also happen in the linear model also, whereas quadratic thing which is having the deviation from 1 or 2 and all, So by which I am not going to satisfy to the end much. So here neural net supposed to be a much satisfying thing, but it's very supposed to be a complex network when I'm going to have a discussion. So then why not I'm going to choose the model. This model which can minimizes the error rate based upon the learning sample. It's supposed to be a resubstitution error. So if all the data are used for the training the model and the error rate is based upon the evaluation of your outcome versus actual value from the training set is known as resubstitution error. So then I am going to have the discussion over the generalization error. It's supposed to be another form of a out of sample error. So out of sample error, which might be have the discussion for the measure by which how accurately an algorithm is able to predict outcome values for the previously unseen data. So the previously unseen data can be could be predicted over the out of sample errors. This test set method which could be accomplished through by means which randomly we have to choose 30% of the data to be a test sample. The remainder supposed to be the learning sample. From the learning, the model is going to have to model is to develop or else estimate its future performance based upon the test sample. So now only I'm going to have the discussion over the which model is going to best one all. So we say that in general I'm going to say that neural network supposed to be the overfits the data. Mark my word, overfits the data. The overfitting which occurs when the learning starts fitting into noise. By opposition, the linear model underfits the data. The linear model which underfits the data, whereas overfitting which can be accomplished through the neural net. You may have came across this word again and again, LS error and TS error and all. So LS error is supposed to be a least square error. So it is a static empirical error which is calculated theoretically, whereas TS error is supposed to be a dynamic error that occurs during the operation with respect to the time, right? So then CV based complexity control is supposed to be a computer vision over this underfitting and overfitting, which can be in a clear notated fashion of the comparison over here, LS error and CV error. So the complexity or the regularization could be done through the means of several fashion. I am going to have the consideration by means of three things. One supposed to be size of the hypothesis pieces. That's supposed to be the very first thing that I'm going to have the very first way. Size of the hypothesis space. Next, I'm going to have the performance criteria. So in this, I'm going to have the performance versus parameter range going to be a minimized range, right? So the final thing supposed to be the optimization algorithm. It's supposed to be a lambda cold dark matter, right? So lambda CDM, that also another word to describe this. Lambda CDM model, which is going to have the iteration and the nature of the optimization problem. Once when I am going to apply the things in the sense one global optimum versus several local optima. The comparison of the learning algorithm supposed to be categorized in the three main fashions supposed to be accuracy, efficiency, and interpretability. So accuracy is supposed to be measured by the generalization error. So accuracy is supposed to be the generalization error, which is supposed to be estimated by computer vision. Right, generalization error which can be estimated by CV. Normally they denoted the word CV, so computer vision. Then computing times and scalability for interpretability, the comprehension brought by the model about the input and output relationship. Unfortunately, there is usually a trade-off between those criteria. then this is supposed to be obvious extension in KNN. So K to find the nearest neighbor instead of only one first one, right? So I am going to have the discussion with the Euclidean distance, right? So the output of the most frequent class are the average of the outputs among this K neighbors, right? So the effect of K on the error, which shows a diversified over the CV error and LS error over this overfitting. So this K which plays a major role in the overfitting. So K means cluster. It's supposed to be a partitioning algorithm with the prefixed number of K clusters. This uses Euclidean distance between the objects, which is going to minimize sum of intra-clusteral variances. It's going to have the minimization of the sum of intra-clusteral variances. It's supposed to be initialized cluster centroids with the different patterns as the random structures, whereas the repeating of the convergence could be done through by means of several set of I and j. Is going to minimize those values with respect to I and j. This center of clusters is going to notate it in Cj, whereas the minimization of the entire Euclidean distance supposed to be the major role in developing this K-means clustering. So I am going to have the prediction pattern in this way. So here I am going to have a grouping of the blue molecules here, right? So the blue which rotates the grouping of the things in such fashion. Next I am going to have the grouping of green alone in the different fashion, whereas red in the third fashion. Here I am going to have the grouping in the different fashion. So the extension for the overrule of your blue, which may get extended from here to here. From here to here, it may get extended, whereas my red is going to extend it from here to here. This is what about the third stage. But in the last stage and all, by using the classification errors and all, this supposed to be, this blue indicates the blue error, which can be very closer to the set of red, which is very close to the set of red, but the Euclidean distance supposed to be very larger when I am going to have the comparison with the previous thing. So I am going to have the reduction of those things, and I am going to have the clustering of data in different fashion of blue, red and green and all. This is supposed to be the classification error. So these are all not comes to our play. So it's going to categorize in the different view for the my green and my red. So this is supposed to be the finished structure, and this is supposed to be the finished structure. So and I am getting the all those finished patterns in the form of this fashion, right? So I am going to have the clustering in the different fashion. So this can be compared with the previous thing. It's going to extend it. So by comparing all those things with the n things. What all the strength behind the K-means clustering supposed to be? It's very simple, understandable, and the cluster at the new points, unlike hierarchical clustering and all. So well motivated theoretically, limitations supposed to be. So you have to fix the number of clusters before we are going to proceed, which is very sensitive to the initial choice of the cluster and centers. Then third point supposed to be, which is very sensitive to the outliers. The outliers, which is very sensitive when I am going for K-means clustering. So then KNN, which means a crucial role in the very developing part of the KNN, which is very simple design, which can be adapted to any type by changing the distance measure, right? So drawback supposed to be choosing a good distance measure. Choosing a good distance measure is a very hard problem, and which is very sensitive to the so for the testing and all, it plays a major role. So which is very slow for the testing and all. It plays a major role over here. The next, the linear model, which plays a major role in this. So the linear model, which plays a major role by means of two things. One supposed to be regression and classification. So this regression and classification, which plays a crucial role over here. So in this, there are several methodologies which can be implemented, over which it can be achieved through by means of ridge regression and partial least square and support vector classifications on that. This classification could be done. This classification could be done through the means of LDA, and that's supposed to be linear discriminant analysis and partial least square, whereas this could be done also by means of support vector machine also. This could be done through by means of support vector machine also. So it all comes to the play, whereas this can be extended in the future example for your object recognition. You please play some key role over here. So it having a object recognition over the wide range here, right? So it's supposed to be a identification of a giraffe, right? So it's an llama, so it's not going to be the giraffe and all, right? So giraffe, which going to be a pattern of or by means which size can be compared with a large thing, very tall thing, giraffe, just like the llama supposed to be. So from his neck towards the head, it's supposed to be a very large pattern, just like your giraffe. Llama plays a role. So, but it won't be a more or less matching and all. So it's going to be a different thing. So when I'm going for a closed position, so giraffe plays a different thing, whereas my llama plays a role a different thing. So it's going to have a teeth-like fashion all in a different fashion. So it's supposed to be object recognition. So when I'm going to have a mix of several images, my function supposed to be a very keen function, right? It's supposed to be a very correct function when I'm going to have a enormous amount of data. When the data is very minimal, it won't play a much role and all. So it's supposed to be the curve fitting when I am going for the linear thing and all, right? It's supposed to be a quadratic and it's supposed to be a NN, right? So it's supposed to be a complex, very complex things and all. So linear method, which is very simple, very fast and scalable variants, which provide interpretable models through which variable weights, right? So disadvantages, which does not often as accurate as the non-linear models and that. The artificial neural network, which is supposed to be the makeup, right? So the supervised learning methodology, which is initially inspired by the behavior of the human brain, which consists of the interconnection of the several small units, essentially numerical, but can handle classification of the discrete inputs with appropriate codings, which is very introduced in the very earlier stage of late 90s, but it is very familiar only in the era 1990s. So up to then it won't play that much role on that. So hypothesis, so the single neuron function, which can be notated as a function of tan h here, right? So the hypothesis space, which can be notated in the multi-layer perceptron, supposed to be just like human-like intervention with a sufficient number of neurons and sufficient number of layers too. So sufficient number of layers to a neural network can model any function of the inputs. So learning supposed to be a choosing of the structure, tuning the value of the parameters, connections between the neurons, right? So as to minimize the learning of a sample error. This non-linear optimization by the backpropagation algorithm, which is in practice very quite slow, which is repeatable for the different structures. So finally, I am going to select the structure which is going to minimize the CV errors. Illustrative problems, I am going to have the choose neurons in the fashion. One neuron is going to be in the fashion in the sense I am going to have a linear, and I am going to have a 2 plus 2. I am going to have the quadratic something. Then I am going to have a 10 plus 10 in the fashion in the sense of I am going to have a NN type, right? So artificial neural network which gives universal approximators, which gives very accurate results. Very small disadvantages also when I am going for the artificial NN, the learning phase must be very slow, right? So whereas black box models, which is very difficult to interpret the scalability. Support vector mission, which is very useful methods based upon the two smart ideas. One supposed to be large margin classifier and kernelized input space, right? So how do you place this, or where do you place this linear classifier? We may have some number of tangent lines and all. When I'm going for this means we are going for this. So this is supposed to be a very fundamental thing of the linear classifier. We are not going for that much of classification and all, right? So this is supposed to be the classification which could be done in a different fashion. I am going for this fashion, I am going for this fashion, I am going for this fashion, but the interpretation may differ, right? So, but any of these would be fine. But which is best? So that I am going to discuss in the pattern of classifier margin. There are several patterns, but which supposed to be the best margin, right? Define the margin of a linear classifier as a width of the boundary. Width of the boundary, this width of the boundary, which could be increased by before hitting a data point, which never going to hit any of the data point. Here it also what two data points are getting hit, but never going to happen in the upcoming things. So it's supposed to be the maximum margin, which never going to have the disturbance. It's supposed to be the maximum margin. In this margin, I am going to have a enormous tangents which can be drawn through this. We can draw enormous amount of or enormous number of margins. Then which one is best? The two errors, which is very simple model supposed to be, which can be applied. This can be applied only when the very small errors and all, since the blue and the red, which is falls in the different fashion, are in the different cases. So it's supposed to be a surely it's going to be a wrong model for minor errors. And I am not going to have I am not going to allow any such kind of errors and all. I am going to have the fashion in the different fashion. Here I am going to have a zero errors. There is no errors at all. My blue is going to grouped in that fashion and all, whereas my red is going to backed up in this fashion and all. So I am going for this fashion. So nevertheless, the evaluating the outcoming performance could be done through by means of confusion matrix, right? So this is supposed to be a confusion matrix. In this, I am going to randomly select the portion of the data which to be used for training. The training set which can be have the model of model training set. Whereas once the model is trained, we can run the model as one of the remaining instances to see how it performs, which can be classified as the confusion matrix. Once the model is performed, I am going to repeat this. Once the model is performed, we can run the model on the remaining instances to see how it performs. So the erroneous data which can be cross verified again and again through by means of confusion matrix. This evaluation could be done through by means of a simple matrix. In this I am going to have a actual values which can be categorized over here. Actual values and predictor values, whereas my actual values which could be classified as yes and no, whereas predicted value is classified by yes and no. So in this, so very true positive cases are followed by both are yes. When both are yes, it may be falls under the categorization of true positive. Next, suppose to be when the predicted value is yes, but the actual value is no, it's supposed to be a false positive. Next, supposed to be false negative and true negative. So these are all supposed to be the things which is going to happen. So these are all confusion matrix which is inherited from this case. These are all cases for the linear things. It's supposed to be a non-linear case which is never going to separate, in a different fashion, which can't be separable but could be separable by the different fashion, right? So not in the traditional thing and all, we are not going to have the separation and all. This is supposed to be the non-linear separable case. Just like a chocolate, like the things which is going to happen here, right? It's supposed to be a non-linear separable case. So my non-linear separable case is followed in a traditional some kind of things, and there are plenty of error also. This and the erroneous results which may occur here also. What should be K and why this should be measured? K supposed to be the nearest neighbor. K supposed to be the nearest neighbor and very lazy learner. Very lazy learner supposed to be nearest neighbor. So it's supposed to be nearest neighbors, right? Very lazy learner supposed to be K nearest neighbor. In this, I am going to have the very nearest value of the K supposed to be 3 here, right? So when I am going to have a this fashion in a tree-like fashion also, I am going to scribble, right? This flow is just like depicting the entire thing in the tree-like fashion. It's supposed to be a flow chart like a tree, right? In this, the internal node which denotes a testing on the attribute, the internal node which notates the testing on the attributes, whereas the branch which represents the outcome of the test, whereas my leaf nodes which represents the class labels or class distribution, the leaf nodes which represents the class labels or class distribution. In this, so I am going to have a separation in the different fashion. This is supposed to be separated in a different fashion, whereas this is supposed to be separated in a different fashion, right? So these are all separated in a different fashion, and thus I am going to have the fashion of tree-like things. So it's supposed to be a DT approach, decision tree approach, right? So this is supposed to be a neural network model. In this, I am going to have the segregation for the lifespan. So here I am going to have the segregation for the lifespan of the entire fellows. The lifespan of the entire fellows, which might be inherited or through by means of some graphical notations over here, right? So these are all some of the glimpses which is get from Professor Rocat, right, from Bjorn Quran University. So thanks to those things and all. So the neural network model, which clearly notates the probability being alive and all, we are going to have the checking over here. So I am going to have the input attribute as age, gender, stage that plays a role and all. So when I'm going for the prediction of the cancer, or by having the prediction of the lifespan, when I'm going to have a sick person like a cancerous patient, so he may have the waiting in the different stages. My hidden layer which develops some hidden whereas my output is going to have the fashion of some notated pattern in the probability as a huge value of 0.6, and I'm going to have a 34-second and post stage, it's going to have a pattern of 0.6. So through by mean switch and all, now the IIT professors of the statistics department, which clearly notates the pandemic situation, which is they are forecasting the pandemic situation is going to end up in India within a month, right? So they are predicting just like this, right? It's supposed to be a combined logistic metals. So in this combined logistic models, I am going to have the hidden layer as a 1, not as a 2. Here I am going to consider all those independent variables to the hidden layer first. So here it differs from the second hidden layer, right? So it plays a different role when I am going for the second set of inputs to the hidden layer. It differs from the first one, right? And I am going to have the entire prediction of those things. I am going to have the prediction in the 0.6 as the final thing. Now, this is supposed to be the prediction, and I am going to have the separation as a separate. So I am not going to have the development over the hidden layers of weight and all. So I am going to incorporate all those things. I am having the final stage, right? So it's supposed to be a SVM fashion in this the kernel matrix which develops a classification thing. So the SVM parameters which influences two set of parameters in SVM. One supposed to be optimization algorithm parameters. Optimization algorithm parameters supposed to be the very first thing. This is going to control the number of training errors versus the margin, and the learning sample is not nearly linearly separable. It's supposed to be the optimization learning algorithm. Then next supposed to be kernel parameters. It's supposed to be the choice of particular kernel given in the choice. Usually one complexity parameter, example the degree of the polynomial kernel, which can be determined by the cross validation. That's supposed to be the very first thing here. So very important thing supposed to be, it's supposed to be validated by cross validation and all. So SVM having some advantages, it's supposed to be accurate, right? So rate of accuracy having the many problems which can handle the data types by changing the kernel values. You may have some enormous applications on the sequences like texting and the graphing. Whereas disadvantages, the tuning supposed to be the crucial here, right? So the tuning supposed to be the crucial here, whereas black box models are enormous. Here the outcome of the model supposed to be majorly on the black box, which are not easily interpretable. How to avoid this overfitting? This overfitting can be avoided through by means of pre-pruning and post-pruning. So the pre-pruning supposed to be stop growing the tree as earlier. We are not going to allow the tree as early, right? So before it reaches the point where it perfectly classifies the learning sample. Then post-pruning supposed to be allow the tree to overfit and then post the pruning tree, right? So ensemble methodology supposed to be the upcoming things, right? So numerical variables, here I am going to pre-criticize the temperature as a number instead of the discrete value. Temperature as a number instead of the discrete value. I am going to have a code. So mild code or cold or hot, I am going to have the discretization in a different fashion. So when I am going to when the temperature is in the range of less than 70, it's supposed to be a cold. It's supposed to be mild means 70 to 80. When it is hot means greater than 70. when I'm going to discretize all those things with respect to the temperature, I'm going to have in the median or some like fashion. This is supposed to be the optimization of the threshold to maximize the score. Regression tree, just like the weather forecasting, it's supposed to be a very sunny or very rainy or overcasting and all. We are going to have the procrastination over here. So it's supposed to be the trees of regression problems in which exactly the same model but with the number in which each leaf inside of the class, right? The number in the each class should be a variable one. This is supposed to be the regression trees. So regression and the decision trees are very fast and scalable methodology. This is very belong to the input and the output. So which provide directly interpretable models which gives an idea of the relevance of attributes. Disadvantages, there are very high variance which is more than the later stages, often which is not as accurate as the earlier models. Ensemble, so which is going to combine the prediction of the several models with the learning algorithm. So which is going to have the prediction of the several models built within the algorithm, often which improves very high accuracy, often which is used in the combination of the decision trees for the efficiency reasons. Examples of the algorithm is going to be a bagging, random foresting, and boosting. So now I just came to the minimal conclusion that I am going to infer from the previous thing. Method of comparison from my KNN, decision tree, linear, ensemble, ANN, and SVM. Accuracy, when I am going to have the fashion of R by considering accuracy as the one criteria or the best criteria, means SVM supposed to be the best. When I am going for efficiency, ensemble supposed to be the best. When I am going for interpretability, decision tree supposed to be the best. When I am going for ease of use, ensemble supposed to be the best. It's supposed to be the findings from the professor, right? So not from mine. So it's supposed to be the finding from the professor. So which is dealt in the earlier slides, right? So note here, a very important note here is the relative importance of the criteria, which depends upon the specific application, not depends upon this particular table and all, which depends upon the particular application. There are general trends in terms of accuracy or in terms of algorithm, which is better than all others. But nevertheless, I am not going to assure anything regards with this. This is supposed to be the best and that's supposed to be not best and all. This is supposed to be the findings from the professor, which he notated clearly in his research article. Then constructive learning, it's supposed to be just like your supervised learning. In the supervised learning, we have to access to the test data from the beginning and we want to exploit it, right? So we don't want a model only compute the prediction of the unlabeled data. Mark my words, unlabeled data can be predicted through this constructive learning. So apply the semi-supervised learning techniques through the test data and get the model. When I am going to have the resulting model to make the prediction on the test data. So there is no existing on the specific algorithms that avoid building the models. In this unsupervised learning models, there are some clustering and all. Here I am going to have this. So in this, the clustering is going to have the finding a new natural groups of samples. So just like your k-means or hierarchical clustering, dimensionality reduction. Here I am going to project the data from the high dimensional space to the small number of dimensions. Density estimation. Here I am going to determine the distribution of the data within that input space, which could be done through by means of Bayesian network, whereas dimensionality reduction could be done through the means of multidimensional scaling. Clustering, it's supposed to be a grouping a collection of objects into the subsets. Grouping a collection of objects into the subsets or clusters such that the each cluster are more closely related to one another than the objects that to be assigned as a different clusters. So it's supposed to be the examples of the distance measures which depends upon two distances. One is Euclidean distance, which measures the average difference across the coordinates that we discussed earlier in the points itself. Euclidean distance, whereas Manhattan distance, it's supposed to be measures the average difference across the coordinates. Average difference across the coordinates in a robust way. That's supposed to be the different. The correlation distance, which measures the difference with respect to the trends. Then clustering algorithm. So in this, the very popular algorithm is supposed to be hierarchical clustering, k-means and SOMs. So it's supposed to be the self-organizing map. In this, the hierarchical clustering, which allows the choice of the dissimilarity matrix. Here, k-means and SOMs, which take the original data as such in the input. Here, attributes are assumed to be live in the Euclidean distance. Then agglomerate clustering, each object is to be assigned in a own cluster iteratively. Here, two most similar clusters are joined and replaced as a new one. The distance matrix is updated with the matrix as a new cluster replacing two joined clusters. Here, divisive clustering which could be start from the bigger clustering, right? The distance between the two clustering which could be accomplished through by means of single linkage, complete linkage and the average linkage, and thus formulations are given here. Simple means minimization, whereas complete in the sense of maximization, average in the sense of we are going to have the average of the both things. So a hierarchical clustering, in this I am going to have the hierarchical clustering in the this fashion. So here B and C are going to hierarchically followed in the BC, whereas A is going to club together, and thus I am going to have the C and D here as D, E. This is supposed to be the first stage, and this is supposed to be the second stage, D, E, F and all. So this is supposed to be the third. B, C, D, F are all coming into the play. This is supposed to be the final play. It's supposed to be A, B, C, D and F. So all those minimal clusterings which can be grouped together in a hierarchical clustering and all. So so these information which got through from the Wikipedia. Dendrograms. So it's supposed to be a hierarchical clustering which are visualized through the dendrograms. Here clusters are joined and combined together by a line of the height line, which is distance between the clusters, right? So which can be used to measure the which can be used to measure the visually the how much number of clusters are here. Hierarchical clustering, which is having some strength also. There is no need to assume any particular number of clusters, which can use any distance matrix. Find sometimes it's a meaningful taxonomy to limitations. There are plenty of taxonomy which does not exist also. So once a decision is made, then we may combine two or more clusters, right? There is no well-motivated theoretical and all. So suboptimal clustering and all. Here I am going to have the suboptimal clustering. Here I am going to have the random start of k-means, right? So the restarting of the algorithm, which could be done through by means of several times. So this comes to the play of PCs, right? So PC is supposed to be the principal components in this explanatory technique, which is used to reduce the dimensionality of the data set to the smaller space, right? So objectives of the PCA, which could be broadly classified by two means. One supposed to be reduce the dimensionality and choosing those variables as a very useful way. In this, the visualization of the multidimensional data could be done through by means of identification of the group of objects and identifying the outliers, right? It's supposed to be a spam folder. It's supposed to be a snapshot of your spam folders, but I'm going to have some some glimpse about the not spam. It's supposed to be a ham, right? So there are certain disadvantages in this type of deletion and all also. So there are certain ham also which is placed in the spam folder, right? So this similar duplicate images could be verified through by means of our own traditional Taj Mahal, and right? So here the very first picture which notates the correct thing of the Taj Mahal, right? So it's having some water. So on this, the water image is getting reflected over here. So in the very next image, it's supposed to be a just like pictorial notation which does not exist as in the reality, right? So it's supposed to be a very raw size and right. The very correct image supposed to be the first. So these are all supposed to be some of the glimpses towards it. Remember, what are all the similar or duplicate images? So the duplicate images could be verified through the means of width and height could be verified. So these are all supposed to be the different things. The doom supposed to be in the very large size and all, which is never going to happen in the traditional things and all. So with height here, there is no doom and all. So these are all some of the glimpses or the input that I'm going to give the image selection and all, right? The brightness, position, colors, which might be differs from here. So these are all some of the recommendation when I am going to surf in the net, right? So when I am going to surf in the net, some web series also which plays a major role on today, right? So we may also consider the several things assigned today also. Today's recommendation which might be different from the traditional things and all. So this is supposed to be the popular framework in the tools and all. So I just listed several popular frameworks and all. So this is supposed to be the ensemble learning, right? So I'm going to be on the verge of completion. So the idea is to use the multiple models to obtain the better predictive performance could be obtained from the constituent models, right? So here I am going to boosting the incrementally building an ensemble by training a new model instance to emphasize the training instances that previous models misclassified. Here, the misclassification could be done through by means of ensemble here, yes, right? So it's supposed to be a training, it's supposed to be a combined classifier. It's supposed to be a training, it's supposed to be a combined classifier. So I am going to have the supervised learning in the multi-class, right? So supervised learning in the multi-class is also possible here. Here I am going to have a different fashion. Supervised learning in the sense of by means which regression is also done by having a relationship between a numeric dependent variable and one or more independent variables. Here the clustering could be done through by means of set of observation into the subsets. So thus it forms the clusters. The detection pattern in the given data, that's it, that do not confirm any established normal behavior. The machine learning in high voltage engineering, which plays a major crucial role in transmission and distribution, whereas for the development and popularization in the upcoming modern eras, right? So these are all about the pictorial notation for the ANN that I'm going to inculcate in the feed forward propagation and all. So it's supposed to be a speed of processing, very large dimensionality. When I'm going for this disadvantages in the sense means I am going to have the large dimensionality as we discussed earlier in the things now, right? So ANN supposed to be fast and fast,